We are live. I am the man of infamy, James Coelho. I have my sidekick for a little while here behind me, Toby the YouTuber. And we are about to get ready for AEW's Double or Nothing. I hope you're ready. Welcome, everybody. Again, I am the man of infamy, James Coelho. I have with me Toby, the YouTuber. He's going to be hanging out with me for a little bit as some of the potentially friends of the chat pack pop in and out here. I'm really excited about tonight's Double or Nothing. We have a whole 48 minutes now before we kick off the live show, and I am really excited to preview all the cards and matches tonight. Toby, how do you feel about tonight?
Very good.
You feel very good. So when I ask you who's going to win what match, are you going to have an opinion about this?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Are you going to have? Do you even know who's wrestling tonight?
Not sure yet.
Well, if nothing can make you want to watch a pay-per-view, then maybe it's watching something like this with a 9-year-old who's going to tell you more about the matches maybe than what's going on. So I'm excited to get started. Right now, going on AEW, we have the buy-in. It's going to be the NWA Women's World Title match. Serena Deeb versus Riho. I do not have a card for that one, but Serena Deeb is a fantastic wrestler, and I think that she can carry anybody to a quality match. Riho, in general, if she maybe gained a few pounds, I feel like would be a little bit more believable in that regard. But beggars can't be choosers at this point. And, I think overall it's probably going to be a match I probably more look forward to than maybe the Casino Battle Royal, which we'll talk about. So right now they're doing the preview on Mox and Kingston and how that whole thing came to be. We learned, if you're an AEW, an ad-free show top guy, you would have learned this week that Eddie Kingston does not write down his promos. It doesn't even sound like he does bullet points. He just straight throws it out there and just lets it all hang from a feeling perspective. And it's pretty important.
I'm going to talk for a few seconds.
Go ahead, Mr. Toby.
So if you're currently with us, which I hope, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is like a chance that we're I'm not doing the video, but I still want you to subscribe. My channel name is Toby C. We might be switching it to Toby the YouTuber. I don't know. But for now, just search Toby C. And remember, Toby has a space between the C, and I think the C is an uppercase.
That is correct, Toby. The interesting thing about that is that the normal co-host, or the normal host, I guess, of the show, the founder, if you will, of the chat pack, Carl Mandick, he is in Jacksonville right now. I am really hoping that he might be able to stop by, and I'm hoping we'll actually get some live from the audience, if you will, some messages, which I keep checking here just to see if anything's coming up. But if you're out there, if not, certainly get excited, because my 9-year-old probably knows more about wrestling from listening to me rant and rave and watching it recently than I think some of the people that book AEW. So it should be interesting one way or another. And that is a hot take, boys and girls. Let's talk about the matches. What do you think, Toby? We should talk about the matches?
Yeah, let's talk about the matches.
All right. So the first match we're going to talk about here today, and again, you can get this, you can get Double or Nothing on pay-per-view. You can get it on Fight for, you can, if you're international, Bleacher, I think it's on Bleacher Report live, if you're here domestically. But what I think is going to be the opening match, past the buy-in, is going to be the Young Bucks versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. See, so the bias for the Young Bucks extends beyond me. It's not just me. I have the one behind me telling you guys to boo the Young Bucks. Okay, see, there you go. Boo, he's booing them. Listen, the Young Bucks are going to do a bunch of stuff in this match. They're going in as the champs. They're lined up to be, probably defending and winning, unfortunately. But I think that Mox and Kingston will surprise you. I think what's interesting, again, having talked to Eddie Kingston this week, how lucky we were as a ad-free show top guys. Certainly, if you want to do anything, become a top guy, because you get experiences like talking to Eddie Kingston live, which is crazy. I think Eddie Kingston is going to surprise a lot of people in this match, but this is not going to be like a technical wrestling match, and it shouldn't be. It should be a brawl. It should be interesting, and they should be part of it. So just to recap, again, I'm on the left-hand side here. I keep looking over to my left, camera right here, and what I'm looking at is the pre-package items that are going on right now during the buy-in on the YouTube channel, and they're doing the whole package on Sheeta, but now Sheeta is on Jacksonville Beach, I assume, shaking a kendo stick around. So that's interesting. We'll talk about that match in a few minutes, but Toby, what do you think about the Young Bucks? Who do you think is going to win this match? Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston, or the Young Bucks?
I'm going to go for... Okay, I gotta remember the names.
So you got the Young Bucks here. I'll put the graphic back up for you. Here you go. You got the Young Bucks in their ridiculous looking outfits, and then you got Eddie Kingston over here on the right hand side, and Jon Moxley to his left.
Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
You think they're going to become the new tag team champions?
Probably.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. But joining me from across the pond in Ireland, it's Adam O'Neill. Adam, how the hell are you?
I am brilliant, James. How are you?
I am fantastic. That is a fantastic shirt. I wish that I had the common sense to get an updated AEW shirt, but I don't have one. So instead of wearing an older one, I just kind of rolled with what I was already wearing today. But that's a fantastic shirt. She is the role model.
She is indeed. Well,
in fact, she's wearing it in the package right now, which is hilarious.
It's the same shirt. I got it off her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's wearing the same exact shirt. She's wearing her shirt in the package. I always loved when the wrestlers wear their own shirts, like when they're out and about. If they're doing packages and stuff, it makes sense. But like, there was definitely some where they were out and about, like in public, and they're wearing a shirt with their face on it. I'm like, what are you doing? what like, you look silly. We were talking about the Bucks and Moxley and Kingston. What do you think on that?
To be honest, and like, obviously we spoke to Eddie Kingston ourselves last week on ad-free shows, and because of that, like, you kind of got to see how cool of a guy Kingston is. So because of that, I'd love to see the two of them win it. But I think the Young Bucks will win. For the simple reason that obviously sooner rather than later, Moxley's obviously going to be gone when Renee has her baby. So, like, would they put the tag titles on him now? Do you know? So that's that's really the only reason I think that the Young Bucks will retain.
Well, if they put it on, if they put it on them now, right, and especially with Mox becoming the champion, I think it's one of those things where they'd have to drop it. You know, the only thing that's weird about this is that usually you do the angle where you put a tag team together because you're going to break them apart. And while that could still happen with Mox and Kingston, right, as an angle, I think because they started apart, right, it's going to be like a Moxley gets injured angle potentially. I think the same. I think the Young Bucks still win the match. Unfortunately, I don't want them to, but I think the Young Bucks win this match, retain. But I think that they could do easily an injury angle here in this show, and let it ride from that perspective. Where Mox goes out, he's got the injury. Eddie's going to sell it, right? Eddie's going to talk about how he's going to go after them for whatever, maybe find another partner. Or maybe challenge for the world title. I would love to see an Eddie Kingston run at the world title. Even if he doesn't, that's the only one where I would say if Eddie Kingston doesn't win the title, I'd be okay with it, because the lead up to Kingston versus Omega in the promo war of him and Callis would just be, that's just money.
That would be unbelievable. But that's the thing that I think AEW is going for at the moment. Like, it's not often that I look at a certain roster and say, "Oh, I'd love this person to be a champion and that person to be a champion." But literally, there is 3 or 4 guys who actually deserve to have the world title, which does make it interesting. So, like, obviously, I'd love to see Kingston get a run. Hangman Adam Page, Orange Cassidy, all kind of deserve a run of the title. Like, but that's what makes it interesting. There's so many different people who could actually win a world title. Like,
we're going to be talking about the world title and seeing who's going to win that match here. But I mean, God, the possibilities you just named. I mean, Orange Cassidy wins that title tonight, which I don't think he will. And again, we'll talk about it more, but I don't think he will. But God, he wins that thing. That crowd is going to explode. And again, like, color me like, I had no idea who Orange Cassidy was, and so I had to find out who he was going into this. And the only reason I knew who he was, probably before AEW fame, is because Conrad talked about Orange Cassidy on a podcast with Taz. Otherwise, I probably would have had no idea who this guy was until he showed up in AEW. But, man. All right, what I think will be the second match is potentially going to be the Casino Battle Royal. Oof. Another one of these, like, we got cards and all kinds of stuff. Now, is Paul White, like, gonna be, he says he's gonna be the announcer as the card, but is he gonna be like the last entry, you think? I don't know who comes out of this match.
I don't think so. I think that's exactly what he's going to be, is that he's going to jump in maybe for JR or something like that for the match itself. Maybe give JR an old rest for a match. But in relation to, like, the match itself, I actually wouldn't be surprised if they have Christian go over and give him a shot at the title, just
That's
because
true.
he's only new in, and he kind of had a kind of promo there when he first came in with Omega as well. So there's something there.
We still got a mystery. We still got a mystery guy. So we got the mystery guy there in the middle. So we have, let's see. Let's just see if I can read this across, because some of these pictures are really hard to even see in a blown up fashion. We got Griff Garrison. I think that's Isaiah Cassidy. Matt Sydal. I don't know. Oh, that's Christian. That doesn't even look like him. That's Preston Vance. So that's 10. You got a mystery person. You got Matt Hardy, Penta, Mark Quinn, Hobbs, Evil Uno. Is that Colt Cabana?
Yeah.
Bottom left?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's Castor or the other one, because I never remember their names, but that's one of them.
Yeah.
You got Camarado, who, God, he looks like a star, but I bet he can't, like, talk at all. Crap, who the hell's that?
No clue.
I have no idea who that is. And then Dustin Rhodes, Brian Pillman Jr., QT Marshall, the other member of the Acclaimed. So I'll just say it. Oh no, that's Griff Garrison. So that's Jungle Boy in the top left. It doesn't even look like Jungle Boy.
Oh my god. This is getting confusing.
Who is that in the bottom right? Is that the Butcher? Or is it the Blade?
The Blade, yeah, it looks like the Blade, yeah.
That's the Blade? Okay, that would make sense. So, I didn't watch any spoilers for this because usually I'm following along on different things, and my son's falling off behind me. I think Christian's a great pick. I wonder who the mystery person's going to be. If it's going to be someone like I said, it could be Paul White. That's your mystery person. Because then, you have it's sort of like there's no surprise there. Everybody's announced. Or is there anybody eligible from WWE at this point from those recent?
I don't think so. I think they're all still under the 90-day.
I mean, it won't be Daniel Bryan, right? Like Daniel Bryan is technically eligible. He does not have a contract as far as we know. I think the only other person that I can think of is if Andrade did not have the 90-day clause in there and they agreed to those terms as like releasing him and then letting him do whatever. He might be one. He might be the only person that has impact, in my opinion. Samoa Joe is definitely still under 90-day. So it can't be him. We'll see him pop up somewhere in July. He's too good to not be working somewhere. And obviously it's not going to be, and I didn't mean this in any negative way, but because this is the men's casino battle royal, I doubt there's going to be a woman surprise in the match. So, limits who it is. I still think the surprise person wins. That seems to be, other than one time where Scorpio Sky won it, it always seems to be like the person that you don't really know is going to win it. I mean, Brian Cage comes in right as a surprise person, and he's the one who wins it one time. It'll be interesting. What do you think, Toby?
I think it would actually be interesting depending on who comes in, because who knows who might come in. Like I don't really know who could come in, but I'm just gonna say nobody knows who it is at this point of time except probably the person who actually chose it. But from what I can tell, I think it would just be like a random person. I just think it would be like some random person that I probably even haven't seen, because I still haven't seen a lot of wrestlers. Like, I just get confused with who's who.
I fear the world, not because of wrestling, but because this child is gonna keep talking like I talk, and I fear the world for everybody else who's gonna have to suffer how much that you can just drag on sentences and not tell your people anything. It's a gift that he has inherited, apparently.
So, James, do you have any
That's
thoughts
a compliment, Toby.
I know.
Do you have any thoughts on who the mystery man could be?
If Andrade is the one who does not have still to compete, I think he's the one that could come in. The other complete dark horse here is, have we had enough time where Marty Scurll is not working anymore? Because that's my dark horse candidate. Every time I see somebody with a mystery something in AEW, I immediately go to Marty Scurll, because he is too good to be just sitting around doing nothing. Like, yes, what he did was wrong, and I think I used the example the other day on Wednesday as the Andy Pettitte example, where if you're not a follower of baseball in Ireland, Andy Pettitte, who was a pitcher for the Yankees, and then he was a pitcher for the Houston Astros, him and Clemens were world famous for doing a ton of potentially doing a ton of steroids and stuff. And Pettitte came out and just admitted it after he got sort of thrown out there that Pettitte did, HGH or whatever. And Pettitte said, yep, I did it. I'm sorry. I should have done it. It was a terrible idea. He got suspended for a short amount of time, and then everybody moved on and forgot about it. And no one said another word about it. So I feel like, Marty did the Andy Pettitte. He's not affiliated with anybody. I think he could be a dark horse candidate. And the only other person I could think of in my head that would make it really interesting is if someone comes over from Impact, and that someone being Moose, or because I don't think it'll be Rich Swann. Like Rich Swann is better suited for this style of match potentially. But Moose coming over and winning, and then challenging whoever has, he challenges for. I mean, he's already got a shot at the title for the Impact, but he comes over and he challenges for an AEW title. I mean, that's a great story. And it's good for Impact, but I think that's where you could use a talent coming in and jumping into this. All right, they're doing a live shot now. It is super sunny there in Jacksonville. You got they're doing a wide pan shot. So the crowd is completely full. You have kids in the audience.
Yeah, I just.
So this will be interesting. This will be interesting. All right, so let's move on to the next match. We have what I think.
Sorry, James. Just before we get on to the next match, I just want to give my predictions on who it could be because I have one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I have one that it could be, and I've one very outsider for dart throw at it. So the one I think it could be is maybe something like John Silver coming back from injury.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
and he'd get a pop with the audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the one dart throw that I'm going to throw out there, and it was you that gave me the idea to look back on it, which could be maybe something like Chris Hero, because he hasn't done a podcast since the 4th of May. Because you said it there a few weeks ago, like, has there been any new ones recently? And I actually looked up today; he hasn't done one since May the 4th.
Okay,
so I'm thinking, has he stopped that so he could come back, or
did he stop that so he could train?
Yeah,
I originally threw it out. I mean, full disclosure, I originally threw it out there in the chat because I thought that because it was just a freebie show and it wasn't getting over, in my opinion. With the wider audience, maybe that's why I hadn't done one, but. Yeah, that would be a good one. I think that'd be a good pop. I don't think he wins if he's the guy. I don't know if you think he comes out and has a shot at winning. I think it's just there for the pop.
You see, that's a
la Hornswoggle right there.
Yeah, that's why he was kind of throwing me off, is because you said you think that whoever's going to be the mystery opponent or the mystery person is going to be the person who wins. So that's what threw me off actually saying him. But. Well, look, I'll throw a dart at it and we'll see.
Oh my! The Young Bucks versus
it's a good dart to throw because I think that you get a good crowd. You could get a good crowd pop there. I don't think there's any chance of him winning. Obviously,
no.
What I think is going to be the largest. No, I lied. I was going to say this is going to be the largest stinker match. The largest stinker match is about to come up. Next, we're going to review Anthony Ogogo versus Cody Rhodes. I am not looking forward to this at all because Anthony Ogogo is green.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cody can work with him, but he's green. Cody's going to win this match. I mean, how? U.S. has got to win over Britain, clearly, right? I don't know. American company, keep in mind. I understand that how you might feel that Europe should win this, but
if it's European, I would, but not British. No. I go for Cody all the way in this, but in regards to this, I just want to get something off my chest first.
Yeah.
Dynamite on Friday.
Ooh.
Like, what was the point of the win? What was the point? First of all, it's professional wrestling. It's not boxing where weights actually matter. So what are you doing it for? And besides that, nothing happened.
No.
Like you'd expect someone to be attacked or something like that, but nothing happened. So what was the point?
I said in the pre-show that I did Friday on my chat pack, just leading up to it, thinking like, oh, there's gonna be a schmoz and someone's gonna get hit. And it's like Paul White's like, this is a serious deal. Like, we are not gonna do anything. It's like, okay, that was the most pointless thing ever. Did you know? Because I did not know this until today. Did you know they did weigh-ins yesterday during FanFest for the rest of the matches?
Did it?
Yeah. And you got more schmozes when there's no cameras on. because Sheeta and Britt Baker did a weigh-in, and someone got a kendo stick thrown at them. It was just, I don't know. I can't. There was weigh-ins, and I just didn't understand why. Miro hit Lance Archer and ran away.
Oh my.
So there was that. I don't know. Cody wins this match, in my opinion. I don't know how he doesn't, but even if he doesn't, who cares? I lose no sleep over this match.
Yeah, look, this is going to be a match where, as you say, Cody's going to win, and he's just going to make go look a bit good for going forward. But yeah, Cody wins.
Well, I mean, let's hope that he can put him over. You know, I think you can only do so much to kind of make people do those things. But
the only thing with a go though is they've ever since the whole QT Marshall thing where they kind of broke away from them, they've made him out to be his punch to be unstoppable. This punch to the gut unstoppable. Yeah, but the way I look at that is if his punch is unstoppable, which is fair enough because he's a boxer, but how is he supposed to have a match where he just does normal punches? Do you know? It just doesn't make sense to me. But we just have to wait and see.
The gut punch is what gets me. Is the gut punch is so devastating that you have to sell it where you're gonna basically be dead. I'm sorry, a boxer's gonna hit you in the face, you're gonna fall down. That one seems more logical. Yes.
I've never seen him. I've seen a rumble match, but I haven't seen this type of one where they do the cards. Because it's the area where with all the people that are telling you what's happening while you're watching it. If you're not in the stadium, it's just I've never seen it. There's just a bunch of lottery There's just a bunch of lottery things.
Oh, because they have So they were showing Excalibur and Tony talking because they're about to announce the buy-in match with Riho and Serena Deeb. I feel bad for Serena Deeb. And people were out there cheering. I keep scanning the crowd to see if we know anybody. I'm more interested in that.
You do that as well.
I did not get a mess. I was waiting for a message because I was supposed to find out where they were sitting because they didn't know because they were picking the tickets up when they got there from Will Call. So they didn't know exactly where the tickets were. So it was going to be interesting. So if I find out where, then I can point it out to those in the audience so we can have some recording evidence. But I mean, Serena Deeb just, she's the NWA Women's Champion. She just presents herself like a star. And then you have Riho. I don't even know. I don't even want to talk about this match. I don't even want to talk about what's going on there. Yeah. We have 22 minutes left until the show, and I hope it goes quickly, and I hope I don't really glance over that often. All right. What I think is going to be the stinker of the entire thing, because I still think it's pre-taped, but I guess we'll see. This football field F word. Okay, this is
that is gonna be stinking.
How? Okay,
that's gonna stink.
I hate to quote Cornette a lot, and I know that I'm a big fan of his work, but he's right in the fact that you go to the ultimate blow-off match in a Blood and Guts, and now your ultimate blow-off match in AEW after a Blood and Guts match is going to be this stadium stampede disaster. Inner Circle has to break up if they lose. There's no way they lose this match.
No.
How can they lose?
No. They don't lose. To be honest, I'm looking forward to it because I only started watching AEW in December, so I didn't see last year's one, so I haven't seen one of these yet.
You want to talk about this?
I'm just looking forward to it because it's something different. But
can we get that off? Oh my!
I don't think it's going to be any bit good, to be honest. But look, Inner Circle doesn't lose.
Yeah.
But I think if they did lose, it would do wonders for the likes of Sammy Guevara if they did lose.
Well, can the Inner Circle break up but could the Inner Circle break up, but Jericho, Sammy, and Hager stay together? Could they make that work? Right? Could let Santana and Ortiz go off and be the tag team that we hope they would be, right? Maybe re-team up even with Eddie Kingston, right? And go for that whole complete Latin exchange, right? That they were doing previously in other promotions. But could they let Santana and Ortiz go off and become dominant in the tag team division and be viable for the tag team champions, or are they going to win, which I think they will, and then keep the factions? I mean, I don't know. They keep talking about all these factions, and it worked in New Japan. There's a lot of factions, man. There's a lot of factions. Now you got job guy factions now. What are the Pretty Boys, whatever? Caesar Bonani and who else is in it? Like all the job guys, they have their own little faction now.
I didn't even know that.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, Ryan Nemeth and Caesar Bonani and I think Peter Avalon. I think they have like a faction now. Yes.
I just think it's very random that all of the job guy factions are just named with very S-word names.
I don't know what S-word names are, but you know what I say to that? I say we need a segue.
Yeah. Why do we need that? Oh,
it's a segue, Toby. You just let the segue go. See, they're driving a Segway. They're just hanging out. No, does that not do it for you? How about this?
There are big butts, little butts, round butts, and flat butts, buns of steel and squishy tushes, old buns and baby boudin. Some butts are existential. Some.
It's so bad. It's just so bad.
Yeah. It's funny but bad.
All right, Serena Deeb. They're trying to have a wrestling match, and they're trying to sell things. Serena Deeb looks pro. Riho looks like she just died in the corner because Serena Deeb looks like she killed her because Riho is like 10 pounds soaking wet. Oh, okay. So Serena Deeb took her by the legs, and for those watching at home and maybe not watching YouTube, Serena Deeb took her by the legs and slammed her face into the bottom rope. She weighs like 60 pounds, Riho. Like, how is she not dead? And Serena Deeb's just like walking around laughing like, "Hi, yeah, I did that." Oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay, well,
I don't want to see that.
Well, anyway, I think Inner Circle has to win this match. I think they do. I think you agree. I don't. Yeah. I don't. If they do it live, it could be interesting because then it may not be just a complete crap show, right? It could be something good where they do a match and there's stuff involved, right? Like there's objects, but it's not complete like foolishness. But what's interesting is that I saw a tweet from someone, as my son does the floss behind me. I saw a tweet from someone who's in Jacksonville, and it was at FanFest, and they had the chairs around the ring in the stadium.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. So it'll be interesting if they taped it last night with like a select group of fans and didn't tell anybody, and that's how they're going to play it. Or, what I was looking for in these matches was like, where do you need a break match to like set up something else? But like, thank God we don't have like the barbed wire death match crap again. So it's going to be maybe your let me up spot or something. I don't know. Let's move on to another match that I feel like is going to be no DQ because the more I read about it today was the grudge match between Hangman Adam Page and Brian Cage with Taz. Hangman versus the Machine. Hangman needs a win, but how do you beat Brian Cage? They both need a win.
They do. To be honest, I'm Hangman Adam Page all day. I think he's the best wrestler in. He's my favorite in AEW, so I back him all day long. How do you end the match? I haven't a clue.
I would hope that it would be like Hangman wins, and then they put the FTW title actually on the line in the next match, and he wins again and wins the title, and that's how you like keep a feud going. Because where are you going with Hangman if he's not going to challenge for the title, right? Like I don't know where you're going if he's not challenging for a title. Hangman's your future, and you're just him and MJF are your future, and you're wasting them.
I'm just thinking, like, do you remember there about a month ago where like there was this kind of there was a bit of bother between Cage and the rest of Team Taz because of the way Cage reacted towards Sting. So would there be something like at the end of the match where Team Taz come out to help Cage and then Cage tells them all to back off and that distracts him to help Page win? And then there could be something Joe kind of slowly builds Cage leaving Team Taz.
Like turn Brian Cage face kind of deal and leave Team Taz. I can see that. And then them say like he's not the FTW champion, and you have like Willie Hobbs beat him. I mean, obviously, he can't be Ricky Starks because he's got a broken neck. But
I know, but I think Adam Page is super. Like, to be honest, I think he should be AEW champion sooner rather than later. To be honest,
if Adam Page, let's assume Adam Page wins, and I like this idea of some chicanery that would make Brian Cage move off. If Adam Page wins, and then Kenny wins later in the night, do you finally go to Adam Page versus Kenny? And then after that, when that's way down the line, if that's the match they're building to eventually, is the blow off of that once that feud's over? Is it finally MJF versus Adam Page? Is that where they go, where they have the future versus the future? Because in my opinion, that's where they should go. Some point
that would be outstanding.
MJF's got to win the title, but MJF as a heel world champion, that's like the stuff that's salivating. That's the stuff that like you dream of, right? Like I had said earlier, Eddie Kingston versus Don Callis in the promo war. Can you imagine MJF versus anybody? Yeah. Oh my god!
And that's another reason why there's a possibility the Inner Circle could lose tonight. Where if they lose, then MJF goes for the title. He wins the title, and he's like, my plan is coming together where I broke up the Inner Circle. Now I'm after moving on and becoming champion. I know nobody's in my way to stop me, and kind of build that maybe.
And then Jericho comes back and beats MJF. Let's hope not, but I mean I like it. I look at where that feud. Oh my god, Riho just did a 619 on Serena Deeb, and Serena Deeb has to sell it like she died. She didn't even hit her. And yes, everybody we know, kayfabe's dead, wrestling's fake. But God, that hurts. That hurts to watch. I think Adam Page wins. I think you feel the same way. But I like the idea that Brian Cage loses in some way where he backs out of this match. Yes, Mr. Toby.
Can I talk to like the thing?
You can talk for a second. Yes, you may.
Okay, so I just think I didn't even know that she didn't hit her, and apparently it was sort of just, and apparently it just looked a little dramatic because that didn't look like it hurt it at all. Like I didn't realize it didn't actually hit her, but of course, it looked a little too dramatic.
You know what it would be like, Toby? Okay, so for the audience at home that doesn't know, I have twins, and the twins weigh 35, 40 pounds. It would be like a 40-pound kid coming at you and going like this. That's what it's like. Riho looks like she just blew out her knee. She just jumped from the top rope and landed on the apron. It didn't look good. I think she's selling it as like kayfabe, but this should be it. Serena Deeb should be finishing this match. The sunshine there is what's getting me right now. There you go. Serena Deeb's version of the Crossroads and a 2 count. I can't with this match. It's killing me. All right.
You're just annoying.
Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Why?
Why?
I love Sting. Okay, huge Sting mark. Well, I don't know what happened to it because it was up on my wall.
Where'd it go? I was like,
Where did it go?
Yeah. Where'd it go?
So for the record, I'm looking up because there was a picture of Sting. Here it is.
Oh, well, that's where it was.
So this was my ad-free shows win.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Sting.
with the canvas. I mean, this was like I didn't compete in a lot of those like on purpose because it's one of those things where like if you get chosen and you win, I don't want to win like I didn't want to try to win like oh, it's a Tony Schiavone koozie or something. I was just waiting. And then when they like released like 3 good prizes in a row, I was like, man, I got to get this. But you got one, didn't you?
Like, what is it?
It's not a bad prize. Don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean. Like, if you have the chance to win a signed autographed picture of Sting, and like the day before you win a koozie, clearly you can't win, right? So I was like, I haven't won anything. I'm a top guy. High probability that there's a chance we're gonna like one of us could win it. So I'm a huge Sting mark, but God, why? He's 61 years old. Like, what is he gonna do? If he wins, it might look fake. If he loses, he's 61 years old. So like, I don't know which is worse.
To be honest, I'd say the reason why they're putting him in there is just because it's the first time there's a full crowd there to get the pop. Yep. But yeah, as I said the other night, I just reckon Darby Allin's going to take a mountain of beating throughout the whole match, and then Sting will come in with the hot tag, do his splash in the corner, do his scorpion death drop. They're obviously going to make Sting go over because they want the crowd to be happy. But I'd love to see Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky win, to be honest, because like they're obviously 2 up and comers who kind of need a win, like So,
do you think it would be better though? And I don't disagree with like the premise of what you're saying, right? So the premise of what you're
what is she doing?
Riho did not win this match. No, okay. God, I almost just had a heart attack that Riho won this match. Anyway, I like that premise that Sting goes over, right? Usually you let the crowd be happy, let them leave happy, right? Here's the thing though. Would it be better for Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky to leave with a shit ton of heat? Like a shit ton of heat.
Yeah.
Like they beat the crap. Like, okay, they beat the crap out of Darby Allin. No one cares, right? Because Darby Allin beats the crap out of himself. So, like, that's not losing or winning. But they beat the crap out of Sting and leave them both laying. Full attendance crowd. Like, I feel like that's the heat that you need to leave with there.
Yeah, you could be right. Yeah.
I mean, again, I hope Sting wins, but I kind of am with you. I think Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky need a convincing victory.
It's taking forever.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about this out loud, I think what could be interesting is what if Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page leave Sting laying and Darby gets like hit with something and he's just kind of not really left laying, right? But like he's hurt and he doesn't help Sting and Sting gets the crap beat out of him. And then they come out on Wednesday and Sting's like, I'm going to beat the crap out of you because you're a terrible partner. I mean, I think that's the only other place you can go with this thing.
Yeah. To be honest, I like Sting's an icon, he's a legend and all that, but I just like I don't want to see him every week. He's not a type of character you want to see every week, and that's what AEW have been doing. Like, even like when he first came in, like there was weeks upon weeks where it was just him and Tony in the ring having an interview. Like, why? Like, what's the point?
I make the audience happy, maybe, but I don't know. Serena Deeb is your winner. She did beat Riho, thank God. Convincing finish, again, a real finisher. I like the submission finish by Serena Deeb here. She does it's like a single crab with like a kind of an STF deal. And what makes it interesting is that when you do that to like someone the size of Riho, like that makes it way more convincing.
Yeah.
Now they're showing some things about FanFest right now, so I'm trying to see if they're going to catch any of our ad-free show people. So far, no ad-free show people, which is crazy. Someone actually was wearing a Brandon Cutler shirt. I can't believe this. A Brandon Cutler shirt was being worn.
It was probably one of his family members. That's what I can think of.
All right, I think we danced around it long enough. We got 5 minutes to go. We gotta talk about it, even though I kind of dread it. The championship match: Kenny Omega versus Pac versus Orange Cassidy. Man, I would love Orange Cassidy to win the championship just because it would piss off so many people. In fact, I would want him to win just so I can hear Jim Cornette lose like a gasket.
Oh my.
Yeah,
He'll blow a
yeah.
gasket.
Yeah, no, look, I like Orange Cassidy. Like when I first started watching AEW, I didn't get him. I was like, what is this whole pockets thing? But the more I watched him, like I really enjoy him. Look, as they say the whole time, send the crowd home happy. That would definitely do that. But Kenny Omega isn't losing.
Kenny Omega's not losing either. I agree. I hope Kenny Omega wins and you're setting up going to Adam Page, right? I mean, I hope that's where the audience and where everybody's going. But God, like it would be hilarious if Orange Cassidy wins, puts in the backpack, goes home in Trent's mom's van, and calls it a day. I mean, if he wins, and this is like complete hypothetical that would never would probably never happen. But if he wins, I think he would also lose it in a week. Like he would go to Dynamite and he would lose it like next week on Dynamite, something like that.
Mm. Yeah, but to be honest, I just don't think they'll have Omega losing, especially with the fact that they really already have booked the whole Omega Moose thing for Impact as well. So that's another reason why I don't think so.
He's got to lose at some point, though, right? Like maybe it's not now, but like he's got to lose at some point. And will it take him losing to Moose? Supposedly, the word on the street is that Don Callis is no longer affiliated with Impact in an official role. Like he's still an on-screen talent, but he's no longer an executive there. And so if he's no longer an executive, does that mean like this is a way to like get it off, move on? Impact kind of goes away in that whole storyline and they all stay on Dynamite. And then, you get to the Hangman versus Kenny Omega one-on-one, right? Because, you only have one title and you go through that whole thing, or does he just kind of like lose belt by belt? Yes, Toby.
Okay. Two things.
Two
first
things.
Thing is,
yes.
I think we should create a star code for me specifically. Okay, the other thing.
Toby's creating his own YouTube channel for those sitting at home. He's not on the he's not on topic right now. He wants to talk about his star code in his YouTube channel. I do not have a star code because I do not, and I am not doing YouTube or Twitch. This is technically not my channel. I'm doing this for Carl. Shout out to Carl. Hopefully you guys have good seats. Based on where Henry's sitting, he's got apparently line of sight to Excalibur, and I'm super jealous. Their seats look good. They're pretty close. So, and Amy's not as close, let's say. And you and Coach can compare. Okay, well, I don't know what the deal with that is, but this should be interesting as we go into the pay-per-view. I think Kenny wins too. I don't think that you can get away. Do you have any closing thoughts, sir, Mr. Toby?
Not really, but do you remember the second thing I was gonna say?
No.
Oh well.
Do I know what it is? No, I don't. But you can tell me.
Okay. So apparently it's just do you know the guy that beats the escort out of him?
Yes.
So apparently I've seen the guy sometimes when I look on YouTube, I just randomly find a wrestling YouTube video, and I just see the guy beating himself up, which is really random. And it's just like I'm laughing as hard as possible because it's just so funny looking at a guy punching himself purposely, punching a guy just jumping off the ropes, and just like slamming someone and then hurting himself in the landing.
I was completely
Just,
wrong. I
very-
think on the opening match, it looks like it's going to be. Oh no, okay. They announced Taz coming out as an announcer. I don't know if it's going to be a 4-man booth. I thought they were going to go to him, but Jim F. and Ross is up on the screen. They're giving him his call out. Oh my God, Jim Ross is the OG. Okay, Jim Ross for how many years has said wear darks, right? Wear blacks, and he's over there in like what looks like navy/gray. So you know he's going to get a break. Everybody else is wearing like the suit coat, and obviously Taz is not. He's wearing an FTW T-shirt. But everyone, Excalibur and Tony are in the AEW like suit jacket, and he's just in like another blue, dress button-down shirt. He's just the OG. I don't know. It's just hilarious.
Totally.
Jim Ross just does what Jim Ross wants to do, I guess.
Oh, he does. He does.
It's going to be the official start of the pay-per-view. Well, for those watching at home, I hope you enjoyed the pre-show. We're going to stick around live. We're going to take a short little break here, little interlude as the first match kicks off, and we're going to be live here, and hopefully some other people joining us from Friends of the Chat Pack popping in. So for now, we're going to kind of lay low, and we'll be back in a few. So we're gonna come back here. I'm gonna pop Adam back in. I got the get the match on. I was wrong. I thought it'd be the Bucks starting because the Bucks usually are like, let me get my match in and get the hell out of here. The Bucks are not going first tonight, so this should be interesting. I don't know if you caught what Brian Cage was wearing when he walked down, like Terminator-esque, whatever.
I did indeed. I just turned up the volume as Adam Page is coming out.
Yep.
My God, he got some pop.
Did he get the cowboy S? Oh wow!
The
So in the Twitter chat, right in the chat that we're in, Doug looks pretty close too, based on the photo that he posted of the moonsault. So that's crazy how close they are.
Yeah. It pays to know people.
The sun, though, for Daly's Place does not cooperate well with them.
No, not at all.
Oh boy.
They've done a fine job of it though, because it looks completely different than what it normally looks like. Obviously, because there's fans there now, but they've done a fine job with it. In fairness,
I like the setup of how they have it for the pay-per-view setup. Because I think this is what they did the last time there was a pay-per-view, like the Fight for the Fallen last year. I think this is how they had it set up too. I like it. I'm a big fan. I still don't like that the rampway thing, that tall rampway deal, but like this makes it a little bit better because it's like off to an angle. But now that I see the chandelier thing up, that means that's going to come down so Cody Rhodes can enter through there again, of course. It's like there's things in the wrestling business that are as old as time. The Warrior's not going to sell anything. Hogan must pose. Cody Rhodes must come through a chandelier. That's the newest one.
Yeah. This is a very good opening match.
This has been solid.
Yeah.
That does not look like a good elbow. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. You're a few seconds ahead of me, so it's like, what elbow?
I'm ahead of you? This is a first, ladies and gentlemen.
Once,
I am ahead. So you're just seeing the 2 count, and Brian Cage looked like he had gotten shot by a wolf. Now he's standing up and walking around.
He's just after going outside the ring.
Okay. Let's see. Right now, I got Brian Cage charges Adam Page in the corner. Inseguri kick. Trying to go for a German. I can't believe I'm ahead of you if this is true.
Or are you ahead of me?
Maybe not.
Did you get past the suplex outside the ring yet?
Oh, see, no, then you're way ahead of me.
Okay, I'm way ahead of you, so okay.
It's okay. Now we're back to normal. It's what I thought it would be.
That makes more sense. The old Irish Wi-Fi is very good, like.
Yeah, right. Because Brian Cage right now is standing on the middle rope, and it looks like he's about to suplex him on to the outside.
Yeah.
Ooh, man. It does look like there's a pad there, though. I don't like that. I know they were going for the carpet look, but maybe it's not a pad. Maybe that just like legitimately is just a carpet kind of deal, but like kind of makes it look like a pad.
It wouldn't be like AEW to have pads now, would it?
No, they are not fans of the crash pad, as I'm told.
Brian Cage is some size of a man.
He's just ginormous. Do you just give him an F5 off the top rope?
Something like that, yeah.
Woof. I don't know. I'm just not like Brian Cage has the look. Don't get me wrong. I just don't. Ever since I found out that he's Mr. Get My Shit In, because I didn't know who it was, and then when I found out it was him, I'm like, forget it. He's done. Just not a fan.
Is that what he does? Is it?
So some of his. Oh my god, he's gonna go. He tried to go for a buckshot lariat and missed. And then he got F5, which is hilarious. So Brian Cage is famous for, on the indies, he'd always have GMSI, the letters GMSI, like on his gear somewhere. And the idea is like, oh my god, he got dropped in his head. Woof. A double power bomb into a buckle bomb. Interesting. Yeah, so it would be Get My Shit In is what he is. He's Mr. Get My Shit In because he's got to get his stuff in. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of sizzle with the muscles of Brian Cage, but not a lot of steak here. As the old JR example.
I think I call this match settee.
Just trying to get a dead eye in. And yeah, you were 100% right. Wow. Chalk one up to Irish Adam, boys and girls. Not only getting the correct answer to who will win this match, but picking the finisher. That's impressive.
That was a good opening match.
If you look at the Twitter chat, Doug got a nice shot of the buckshot lariat straight to the face. Oof. That looked good. Even in the replay, it looks good. Solid stuff. Chalk one up to Adam Page. Let's hope that the next match for Adam Page is a championship match. The real
God.
I don't care about. I don't need him winning the TNT championship. I could care less. Oh. Tougher than a $2 steak. That's awesome. And he's gonna drink a beer. I love that he's gonna go like the Stone Cold gimmick, right? Like soon you're gonna have the announcer out there throwing him beers. I think.
Yeah, it's good, but like there's a few times in the back it looks like they're making him look drunk, which I don't like. But I do like the fact that he is kind of going that route where he does drink and stuff like that. Like, but less of the drunkenness.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to portray more drunkenness. I don't think that, I know that we have good quality friends, right? That are tried really hard to stay sober, and shout out to Antonio and RJ, really sticking it out there. But, woof, man, that's there wasn't a huge afterbirth, so that was nice. It just you pushed him, he moved on. Called him out. We'll see what happens. I think that's gonna come out on Dynamite, but we shall see.
So, what match are you most looking forward to tonight?
I'm actually looking forward to the World Championship match because I gotta see what Orange Cassidy does, because we already know that Pac and Orange Cassidy had an incredible match on their own. As much as I think Kenny Omega is overrated, I think the three of those guys in a match together could make a triple threat match quality and like actually like you want to watch it. But I do want to see Orange Cassidy and the interaction between Kenny and what he's going to do with the pockets and the whole deal. Give the full gimmick and see what happens. But if any match, Orange Cassidy kind of pulls out all of the stuff that we don't know that he can do yet, I think this is the match that we find out. I think that's more why it's the most intriguing. It's the only match where I don't know what's going to happen. Other than that, maybe the Casino Battle Royal, because again, I don't know who the mystery person is. I don't know who else is going to get out there. All right, I'm going to go get my son out of the shower. So that was a little peek behind the curtain. I took a break to get my son in the shower. Now I'm going to get him out of the shower so he can go upstairs. So I'll be right back. He needs to leave the room while he finishes getting dressed, so that's awesome. I didn't realize he was standing right behind me.
You didn't tell me you were going to turn that thing back on.
Jeez, Moxley's gone mad.
Does that say Mark on his shirt?
Wait. Wait. What the heck? Wait, does it?
Chico's bail bonds.
What?
Hold on, I want to hear this song because I don't. This is like the new Wild. This is like the. It's not the whatever the original 1965 version. So is this supposed to be like the Major League Wild thing? Is that what this is? This is like the one where they play it where like in the movie where they like come in. Ricky
I've never seen it, to be honest. So
Charlie Sheen is the main character.
This guy acts like he's a jungle hunter sneaking up on a gorilla.
He's a jungle hunter sneaking up on a gorilla. Breaking news from you people at home.
I'm just saying, it sort of looks like that. He's just like, I'm gonna sneak up on this gorilla.
Baby daddy looking fired up tonight.
Daddy looking fired up.
Where else but my Chatpack Live would you get breaking news like that?
What you want to do?
If we can break news, that's all we need to do. But they got the shoes, the $10,000 Nikes or whatever.
The $10,000 Nike.
God, I hate the Young Bucks.
Boo.
I hate them so much.
Boo. Owie.
As my son falls over. All right, I'm gonna get him in bed.
Didn't fall. I didn't
Well,
fall.
we're gonna take a little hiatus here. If I could, I would probably
at least do
just
this?
fast forward over the entire Young Bucks match. But I'm gonna get my son in bed, so I'll be back, boys and girls. All right, we got the children in bed. We got the dessert going on. And we got whatever ridiculousness that I don't even know what they're wearing. I saw them come out, the Young Bucks, and I don't even know. What are they wearing, dude? What is that?
I think they just do it to get heat. Because I can't see how anyone could wear something
It
as
works.
ridiculous as that.
It's working. As predicted, though, they're just doing, as usual, they're doing moves to do moves.
100%, Jack.
I mean, and I was about to say, like, well, I'm glad they got rid of the fringe, but nope, there's still fringe on these things. I want to make sure I'm reading that correctly. It's labeled pocket. That's what it says there, right?
Where?
On their pants. Like next to the white pockets, it says pocket.
It does. Oh my god.
He is not trying to do a Macho Man thing. Oh god, these people make me so mad. I've never been so mad about to watch a match than watching the Young Bucks and whatever this is.
And don't forget, you still have the 10 minutes of super kicks to come as well.
Right. We still haven't had a super kick party yet, which we'll have. What are they doing? Oh my god. What is going on? What am I watching? Did he just do like a fake? So he did a fake hot tag, jumped in, and he's closed. Oh my god, this is terrible. I'm just gonna eat my ice cream because this is awful. This is like I want to get heat, but I don't know how. So I'm just gonna say all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah. And do you remember you were saying there a while you were giving out a few minutes ago that they were taking off the match men?
Mm-hmm.
It should be coming up soon now for you, waiting to see what to do. What are them do in a few minutes to take off someone else?
One of them just got clotheslined by John Moxley. Kingston's still in the ring. It looks like Nick Jackson has his hair dyed, or Matt Jackson, excuse me.
I can't tell the difference between the two of them at all.
Got an exploder suplex here. I think that's why I like the way that it's described by our good friend Jim Cornette as Balding Buck and Pie Face Buck, because at least you know who's who. Wow, 2 pile drivers in one match. That's unheard of in WWE.
Has Moxley been tagged in yet for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so you obviously missed it. So basically, when I said they were taking off someone else, they did the whole Hulk Hogan to the ear thing.
Oh God, no, I missed that.
Yeah.
John Moxley with a double DDT. I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
I hate the Young Bucks so much. This proves why. Oh God. Carl Anderson comes out. And Doc Gallows gets clobbered.
Like, the reason why I don't like him, and it's the same with Omega as well. Like, I obviously never seen him before AEW, and like I was so excited to watch him from what I heard about the way they were, how good they were, and they just haven't lived up to my expectations of the way people talked about him. If you get me.
The thing is like they talk about all these great matches that the Young Bucks had, right? In Omega, I've at least seen some of those great matches, right? But my God, this like spray can to the eyes thing it kills me. So Moxley's busted open. I don't know. You probably don't want. I doubt you watch much Impact. I doubt anybody watches much Impact. But I found myself watching some Impact because I'm actually interested in what Deonna Purrazzo is doing on that show. And then a couple of other storylines. I like the crossover, so at first I was watching that. So if you watch an episode of Impact, oh my God, the Meltzer driver on the outside, it looks so fake. But if you watch Impact on Twitch, what they do is they put on matches in between the matches, like old stuff that happened years ago. And so they showed one where it's like the Young Bucks versus the Motor City Machine Guns and like this tables, ladders, chairs match.
Okay.
And they did nothing different than what they do now. They do all the same stuff. It's woof. Terrible.
Yeah, you think like when you're doing it so long that you're so sure they come up with something different, like.
I can't even. This match is like questioning why I'm doing this watch along right now. I wonder if Genesis ever got up from her nap.
What time is it over there?
So it's 8:38 where I am. I'm on the East Coast. She is in Arizona, I think. And I at least think she's in Pacific time. So it's only 5:38 there, but she said she'd take a nap, so
yeah, if it's 5:38, she's definitely asleep. She's a good woman to stay up all night, like so.
I have so many questions. Not enough time to answer. Can't even put a headlock on right.
Did they all get tickets beside each other? Everyone that went, or they all?
I don't know. I wonder if they got like the random tickets like here and there, and they probably don't. Maybe they don't get to sit next to each other. I feel like they got the I'll say the quote unquote scrap tickets because I don't know how they got the tickets and I don't know what they paid for them, but I feel like they got like hey, we'll take a bunch of random seats if it's easier.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I'll say this, like everything else, shout out to ad-free shows. If you're a member of ad-free shows, just especially if you're a top guy or top gal. Like there's just things you can do that you may not be able to do as others. And this is probably living proof, but I'm pretty sure like however much money was exchanged to get the tickets. Like I don't know that they were picky in where they were sitting kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it was just more the experience to get oh my God. They were trying to give him the shield. Are you serious? No, they were not. Oh my God.
Our good buddy Eddie.
They were setting up for the Shield powerbomb. I'm past that now, but like I can't believe that they even attempted it. Eddie Kingston just got tagged in like a couple seconds ago. He was going through his comeback. He gets kicked in the face, belly to back to whatever dyed hair Jackson, as I'll call him now. I don't even know which one it is.
I've gained so much respect for Eddie after our Zoom call with him last week. He's such a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. It's not hard to no-sell that punch when you don't even hit him. I like that he gets punched in the face and no-sells it. It's like, it's not even, it's so fake that it's like, why are you touching me?
Yeah.
Machine gun chops. Oh my God. How many super kicks do we? So that was a super kick to the knee. Can you please let a babyface have a comeback? I don't understand this. Why? Oof. So you're watching it on Fight over there, right? That's how you're getting it?
Yeah, the Fight app, yeah.
Now, is it a monthly fee for Fight app and then you get the pay-per-view, or do you have to buy the pay-per-view separately?
Yeah, so you buy the pay-per-view separately. So it's for AEW, it's $5.99 a month for all the Dynamites. And then you pay for
you can watch all the Dynamites live.
Yeah, the Dynamites are live. Yeah. So you get that for $5.99 a month. You get the subscription for the Dynamites.
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah, it's very good. And then the pay-per-views then are separately. They're like €21 for every pay-per-view.
That's actually not that bad. I thought it'd be more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's 50, it's 50 US here. Just give you like round figure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember was it Revolution and people were saying it about how it was $50. I was like, what? There's no way I pay $50 for it. Like,
oh my God. I would not pay $50 for this. I did.
Like, just so you know, like 21 euros, which is what I paid for this, is $25. So it's half price basically. Like,
wow, the price of the euro tanked, huh? 21 euros used to be like $40. What happened?
Did it?
It used to be a few years ago.
To be honest, I'm not a good man for currency exchange and all that. Like, so I don't have a clue what happened.
So another random peek behind the curtain. I used to work for a company called U-Test, and I sold software testing, but I sold it in Europe, and so I was like converting like euros and pounds all the time. And I remember like, for easy conversation, we were just using like 1.5 for like £1.5 to every. No, sorry, $1.5 to every pound. So $1.22 to every euro. That's not as much as I thought it would be. The Doomsday device. No. All right, so 22 euro, yeah, 26, $26. That's not a bad price though.
No, not at all. Not at all. But yeah, $50, that's a bit much. Like how do people even charge that?
Well, now on Google, because Google is Google, you can take Bitcoin and convert it to dollars. So if you have 24 Bitcoin or 22 Bitcoin, you have $750,000. So, there's that.
Interesting.
I do enjoy the Google coin converter. All right, let's see. We need GBP, but what's it under? Because it's not.
Are you Googling the internet right now?
I am Googling the internet. That's right. I went to Google and I typed in Google. No, so I tried to do British pound, but it's not under British. And so I thought, okay, maybe it's under Great Britain pound, GBP. It's not.
Try sterling.
Pound sterling.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So 22 pounds sterling is $31. So there's still a decent conversion rate on a pound. Yeah, $1.4 to every pound. I still can't believe they still call it pound sterling. Do they bait everything on sterling silver?
Yeah, I never got that either, to be honest.
Well, when in doubt, just don't sell in pounds. That's my answer. All right, let's see if the brick wall comes back.
The brick wall is there.
Now that we have, now that my son is in bed, even though he went to go get some paper behind me. Double super kick. Oh, geez. So what are we up to? Like 6 super kicks now? There was 6 and 7, 8, 9. Super kick. Party. Moxley kicks out at 1. That's great.
10 minutes later.
No, I enjoy that he kicked out at 1 and he did the Hulk and he's doing the Hulk up thing. I know I'm behind you, but like this is just hilarious. And the crowd is eating it up. He definitely got his hair dyed. He had to, right?
100%.
Okay, so it's not just like my screen. It's not like my feed. Like his hair definitely looks like orangish.
It looks lighter than what it normally does anyway, yeah.
My God, what is that? He looks like such a tool. Balding Buck special right there, baby. Right? That's bald. Yeah, that's Balding Buck. The other one's Pie Face. And that's the match. Jesus.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting him to go over clean.
Yeah, I think like you said, I thought that they would not go over clean so that, there could be something going into like him going away. My God, his dyed hair looks so bad. It just looks so out of place.
It does. It does.
Because I don't know if he's dyed in the past, but like he's definitely not dyed it. recently that I remember. So, oh my god, I can't believe they have pockets on their pants that say pocket. What did I just watch?
Just in case you didn't know, like.
This is bad.
Right, James. That's my cue to hit the bed. Been a pleasure. Thank you
2
very much
a.m.
for having. Yeah.
Hey man, you made it to almost 2 a.m. I'll give you credit. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll try not to spoil too much for you while you're sleeping.
Well, do that, yeah. Thank God. Yeah. Look, I appreciate you having me on. And we'll
Absolutely.
see you around
Thanks for
again.
joining me. All right. Thanks, buddy. Oh, Tony, I will count him out. The interlude's killing me right now.